Hey everybody, Soccer Bro is back with another video for you guys. This is part 4 for Haunted History, hoosac Tunnel. I am pretty happy with what I found out for this video. I worked really hard on the research and everything else. But before we get into the video, I just want to say I'm wearing my Arrow crop top, and I'm also wearing my American Eagle jeans, even though you guys can't really see that. And then I'm also wearing one of my sister's old flannels. So I wanted to look nice for this video, honestly, even though it's just a sit-down video. So, oh well. So now onto the video. So again, get excited because this is going to be a very good video because I did a lot of good research on this. But again, before we get fully into the video, I know I'm annoying. I also wanted to say that I do plan on making a part 2, which this wasn't planned at first for the Haunted History, the Haunted Mansion video, because I recently just found more exact information on the story. So I'll just make a small part 2 video for that, and that'll probably be coming soon. But we gotta get into this video first, obviously. I know I've been really active recently, so I hope you guys enjoy that, obviously. So anyway, sorry for the awkwardness. So let's get into the video. So first up, there was a flood that I probably mentioned in the last video, but they explained that they didn't think people would survive, so they did not go and check for survival. They didn't they didn't go back and look for survivors until a day after. So what they found when they finally actually went to go check where the flood was, they just saw a raft of people who passed away because they made a raft to try and survive. And because people didn't look, they actually perished. They suffocated during trying to survive from the flood. So that was quite sad. Oh, sorry, it wasn't the day later. It was actually months later. So the bodies were there for like months, and they did not check to see if there's any people, survivors again, as I said before. So there was literally just bodies floating on a raft for months, and they died from being suffocated and no food. I would say no water, but technically they're surrounded by water, but I don't think it would be able for them to like drinkable, obviously. But it just sucks that they didn't check for months without end, and those people died because of other people's ignorance, technically, because again they didn't check for months. They just assumed that nobody would have either tried to survive or not survive entirely. Also, I do apologize for the lighting in this video. I'm in the basement. There's only like one light bulb in this room, and it's not even focused on this area because it has to light up this whole area. So I want to apologize for that as well. Next is it runs through east and north Adams. So either so the east portal is actually in North Adams, but the west portal, the one that we visited, is actually in Florida, Massachusetts. Because again, it's a huge railway tunnel and it runs through the mountains, and I probably repeated that fact throughout technically this whole series, but I just want to make sure you guys are aware of that, and I do apologize if it's annoying. It took 24 years for this tunnel to be constructed, and again, I still don't know why I keep saying that it ended construction in 1875 when on the west portal it says 1877. So either they got it wrong on online, or the tunnel has the wrong year on it. And a lot of people are probably like, oh, it's probably like the address and the coordinates or something. It's not. That would be really stupid if it was. But it makes no sense to me. And then it gets me irritated every time I have to like do research, and it says that every time. Like on multiple websites, it says that. So it sucks how like the internet can get stuff wrong too. It's not just like people getting their facts wrong. Like computers can get facts wrong too. So it's just annoying to me because I have to literally like look at photos that I take at the tunnel, and it says 1877, and then I'm just like, why would it say? You know, I'm just saying it's annoying. There was an engineer that was a resident who lived in the area while they're constructing the tunnel. It is Thomas. I'm going to say Thomas D because I don't know how to pronounce his last name, and I don't feel like butchering his name. So he helped the construction of the tunnel with explosives and everything, and he was an engineer. So he helped a lot, and it made it even easier because he didn't have to like move too far to do this job. Like he is literally been around the whole time. There wasn't much on him besides the fact it just says that he helped and he was a resident engineer, so there's not much on him. For this, I guess, he's probably a famous engineer, possibly. You guys can go look him up if you want to, but there wasn't much about him, because it wasn't being like specific with, what he did or anything, besides the fact that he was a resident engineer. Yes. So, yeah. Anyway, let's move on to the next point here. So, we got a lot of, during the time it took to help make the tunnel, we actually got a lot of supplies, from a place that I have not touched on for any YouTube content yet. Because this was like when I was starting out and I was just a blogger and a photographer. I didn't do YouTube yet. I didn't do YouTube until like after, because I didn't start YouTube until like 2020, not 2019. Yes, I was about to say 21. That would be so stupid, because like 21 was last year, and I was, you know, like, you guys have been watching my channel since 2020. You know what I'm talking about, you know? Anyway, so they got a lot of supplies from Montreal, Canada, and they got a lot of the equipment, like engineering equipment, a lot of basic tools, and then they also got a lot of their explosives from Montreal. They got the nitroglycerin explosives, this, in the 1800s, that's what, instead of using, like, regular dynamite, they started, unless there is nitroglycerin and, dynamite, I don't know. I didn't spend time on researching the history of dynamite. But if you know more about that, comment below, please. So again, so it did say that nitroglycerin, it was used as a blasting agent. I think that they still use it now for when they have to, like, blow stuff up. There's something connected to this part later on, so keep that part in mind. Not the Montreal part, but, like, the nitroglycerin as the blasting agent. Continuing on, everything they used to build the tunnel, it was helping our technology advancements at the time. So they were using a lot of new tools and products. What the fuck? They were using new tools and supplies to help, new technology, I should say, actually. So they were using new technology that was, well, new technology at the time. Like, they were advancing in technology at the time. So it was a pretty good time, and it also helped build the tunnel a lot faster than what they used before the 1800s. Because, again, mind you, the creation of the hoosac tunnel was in the 1800s, and it was created in the 1800s. I feel like I repeated that twice. Anyway, continuing on. So yeah, so this was in the 1800s. Sorry, I got distracted for like a second. The 1800s, and so there's a lot of evolution going on during the time of the tunnel being built. Yay! Now on to the next point. I'm gonna say point because I did bullet points for this. Again. So the construction company that helped build the hoosac tunnel railway, the hoosac range. I keep pronouncing it wrong, but it's not that far off, I guess. Was Boston and Maine Railroad Company. They worked on the hoosac tunnel project, as I technically said. They also helped the construction of other railroads at this point in time. Later on, this company does get bankrupt, and they still are a part of what they created and everything else. But I think someone bought the company and then revised it into something else, because I think that's what it said as well, because it said bankrupt and then it said something changed, so that's what I assumed. I'm probably wrong. Look it up if you want to. Anyway, so again, another point on this, another fact is the tunnel helped launch, it helped a lot of the mill owners at the time. Again, think of the 1800s and everything else. There was a lot of mill owners in the 1800s because they, this was like before the Industrial Revolution. The Industrial Revolution didn't really happen until like the 1900s, actually. So there's still a lot of farmers, and there's still a lot of mill owners. If you don't know what a mill is, it's technically, it's kind of like mills were used for a lot of various, to make products. There were some that were lumber mills. Some lumber mills are still used, but they're not as common as the 1800s again. And mills were made on the sides of rivers, so the wheel, it was used for like water power essentially. So, and then a lot of people made man-made rivers for mills as well. Also, so not all rivers that you pass by are natural. Some of them were man-made. Example, the Connecticut River. A part of the Connecticut River is actually man-made. At one point. And so it was a place where people could make products and stuff like that. Like clothes were made in mills. Fabrics were made in mills. Blankets were made in mills. Some people still handmade a lot of stuff as well. They made handmade goods. So technically like that. And also I said before, the lumber mills as well. Which was essentially they would send logs of wood into the mills, and then it would be a water powered saw. So it would be attached, everything would be attached to the wheel that moved with the water, and it would help power the saw, and then it would cut the wood essentially. So anyway, so the tunnel helped launch one of the tools that helped make the tunnel. I can't pronounce it, and I don't feel like butchering it either. So oh well. But it was a mining tool. So a lot of mining tools obviously helped create the hoosac tunnel. So they would use explosives. They would use other types of mining tools like pickaxes, shovels, whatever. Majority they would mostly use explosives because it would make it easier and faster. They also had a lot of mining shafts to help create the tunnel as well, hence for a lot of the accidents and everything. So again, so it was helping the industrial of the mining tools, equipment, and helping with construction tools as well. So it was not just mining tools, but construction tools as well. So like it was a big part of the time. Also, it's connected to like the technology of the time. So everything was still advancing and stuff like that, etc. Next point. People thought the tunnel was cursed, considering it was made in the mountain range right near burial ground, and also because of the people who died from the various accidents that happened at the tunnel. Again, a lot of horrible stuff happened there. It's not a joke. People still go missing at this place today, so the tunnel still takes lives today, honestly. So that's why I warn people every time I go there, not to scare them, but just to be careful, just in case, because again, a lot of people do walk into the tunnel and they really do not come out, and there is reports on it, honestly. So again, just be careful. Either they probably were just like run over by a train or something, and their bodies just were never found, or it's probably like a supernatural thing. You never know. If you believe in that, yay. If you don't, that's on you. You're a Shaniac. And then versus Bugara again. If you don't know what that is, that's if you watched BuzzFeed Unsolved at like any point in time, you'll get that reference. Anyway, let's continue. Whew. Okay. So in 1875, the hoosac Tunnel was the largest rock railway tunnel in America. So, yay. But in the 1900s, that actually changed because they made another railway tunnel that's even bigger than the hoosac tunnel. So, sadly, the hoosac tunnel comes in second place now, but the history of it being the largest railway in America of all time at one point still gives it a lot of credibility versus the more younger one in the 1900s. So, yay! Point for the tunnel there. Okay, so next fact is the tunnel's creation helped technology get better, which I already said before. I don't know why I repeated that technically. Also, this one is a fun fact, or at least it is to me. So, while the tunnel was being constructed and created, the literal Civil War technically started and then ended while the tunnel was being made, and during the whole construction of it. Well, actually, not the whole construction, because the Civil War ended before the tunnel was finished being created, actually. So it started while it was being constructed, and it also ended while it was being constructed. Another fact, I already said that already. Okay, so we're getting close to the ending of this video because I only have like 2 facts left on this page because I already said most of them, I think. Oh, wait, no. Dang it. I have actually 3, so one I actually skipped over. So, one of the tools that they actually, one of the other tools they actually used on the tunnel, they actually used an air compression drill. They were air compressing. A compression drill is what I'm gonna say. It's an air compression drill. They used that on the tunnel. I'm gonna leave it at that because I'm not gonna explain how it works, honestly. Most of you probably know. I'm not going to go into the logistics of it. Anyway, so now we're back on to 2 facts left. Okay, so on March 20th, 1865, they decided to this was like one of the accidents. They decided to either they were actually testing the nitroglycerin explosives. So one person one person set off the explosion, but there was multiple people there. They were there to test and watch the performance. On this date, this person, he pressed the button and let the explosion go too early. So when they were trying to all run to the safe bunker, not everybody made it. So 2 men died that day from that explosion. And shortly after that event, that guy which was Ringo Kelly, that's his name, he set off an explosion, and before everyone could get to the bunker, 2 of them succumbed to the explosion and died. And Ringo Kelly disappeared 2 months after that incident. They didn't find him until like months after, and where they found him was his body was just lying where the 2 other men who passed away from the explosion fire, that's where they found his body. I don't know where exactly in the tunnel this happened. So, because it didn't, like, explain the coordinates. But reading this reminded me of what happened to the actual, there's another guy who did the exact same thing this guy did. So, anyways, they found him, he died of suffocation. That's what, they said when they found his body. And they thought, well, actually, they found his body that he was strangled to death, actually. So, I was kind of right when I said suffocation. But they literally just found, like, his body just laying there. He was laying, like, face first on the ground. And, like, it's sad, but the reason why they thought they found his body there was because of the spirits, or other causes might have happened, but they didn't see the guy for like 2 months, and they never said anything about like searching for him. So for them to find him in the tunnel where the people died, that's why they thought it was supernatural, and that's also why they thought that the hoosac and that made them believe more that the hoosac tunnel is cursed. So a lot of people think the tunnel is cursed. But, you know, I want to know what you guys think of from all the videos that have come from the tunnel. I want to know what you guys think. This isn't going to be the last part because there is still a lot more I need to research for this place. And I will also... excuse me. I will also fix the playlist for Haunted History, and I will also put in for a part 2 of the mansion video, but it's more detailed, I'm gonna say, for part 2. It's not gonna be like most of everything that's new. It's not gonna be too much of a new video. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is not the last part of the hoosac tunnel series for Haunted History. I will probably end it after part 5. We'll see. And we're also not done with hoosac tunnel as a whole, because again, the place is huge, so there's still a lot to do there regardless of what I have done already. And I also want to say, if you guys also like traveling and exploring, make sure you guys wear correct clothing. You can't just really wear what you want. Like, I'm not saying if you're wearing like casual clothes, you're fine, but like, I'm not saying like go in like platform heels up a mountain. It's not what I'm saying. You really shouldn't wear anything that's not appropriate. And also, if you're doing it in warmer months, you got to keep in mind of like ticks and stuff like that. It's a real problem. So you really got to dress appropriately if you're going to travel and explore. Like, again, you should wear like jeans. It doesn't matter if they're like ripped jeans or not, but like, you'd be fine. Also wear boots possibly, or Converse, any type of sneaker actually, or again, you should just wear like regular comfy clothes, because you don't want to be like uncomfortable either. But yeah, you should really wear long pants. I know it can get hot in the summer. You could probably wear like shorts once in a while, but again, you'd have to like really check for like ticks and stuff, because Lyme disease is a serious thing. So just keep that in mind. And it's different if you're just going for a locational shoot. That's different. You can wear whatever you want for like that, but like saying if you're actually going to go exploring and adventuring, you should wear appropriate attire, because you really shouldn't wear leggings. I learned my lesson last time, because I literally fell off the face of the earth in like 2021. Actually, no, sorry. It was in 2020. It was that day when I was wearing like the it was when I was at like one of the train videos. I still had brown hair. I was still brunette at that point, and I had shorter hair. I was 18, so because I was wearing leggings in that video. Sorry, and I fell down a giant ass hill earlier that day, so I cut my leg that day, so that's why I was like wearing my sweatshirt around, because it cut open the leggings, so those leggings are trash now. So if you're gonna go hiking or traveling in rural areas, or exploring, either, yeah, wear jeans. Like, ripped jeans are also kind of fine, because I do that all the time anyway. So, like, they're already ripped, and I'm usually more careful anyway. But, just, 1, be careful when you're traveling and exploring. 2, wear appropriate stuff so you don't hurt yourself, because anything can happen. 3, again, watch out for ticks in the warmer months and stuff. Anyways, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video or my next post on any social media platform. Also, check out my other social media platforms. Please like, comment, subscribe. Stay classic, everybody. Stay strong, my warriors. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.